I think you did really well. I mean, I think that Delaware today takes a thoughtful approach. You're not out to slam people, and at the same time, you're very honest and you're frank and you're sharing a perspective on what's going on in our state with all the people of Delaware. I think you highlight a lot of people that some of us might not otherwise have known about. And to the extent that we have interest in people that are well known, you cover them as well. So I think certainly with me, you've been fair. I wouldn't say that I've liked every single thing that's been written, but I do think you've been fair in terms of covering of what I've done as governor. You know, having a good business background at this particular time, when putting people back to work is the number one priority, has been helpful. And it especially helps me when I go visit businesses, which I do all the time, and I essentially ask them one question, which is, what can we do to facilitate your success? And I understand the language of business. I understand what they're telling me, and the fact that I can go with Alan Levin, who is such a well-known, well-respected business leader in Delaware, who's now heading up our economic development office, is very powerful. And so it is very helpful for me to be able to speak the language of business at a time when we're trying to put more Delawareans to work. That's a really good question. Of course, I got to know Delaware pretty well growing up here. I got to know Delaware as state treasurer. But I love being governor because it takes me to parts of the state that even as treasurer I did not know existed. And I get to meet so many different people and see so many different things. And it is what I love. The fact that in this small state we have so many different perspectives. I love it. And it's one of the great things about being governor of this state. I think being governor is a great job. I would much rather do it in Delaware than anywhere else. I am so grateful that in Delaware we continue, for the most part, to put our partisan differences aside to work for the people. It's not perfect, but I think compared to the rest of the country, we do it really well. I continue to believe that our tradition, 2 days after the election, Return Day down in Georgetown, is a part of that. It's symbolic, but it's more than a symbol. And I can tell you, when I get together with my colleagues from across the country, they are envious of the way that we in Delaware work together. That doesn't mean that the parties don't have different perspectives. It doesn't mean we don't debate. In fact, I think debate is a positive. But when push comes to shove and we've got to act on behalf of the people of our state, we generally get it right.